So, what is your full name? Why did your parents select this name for you? And did you have a nickname?
My full name is Elizabeth Amalia Odom, and I was named after my grandmother. Both names, Elizabeth Amalia, were my grandmother's name, and then, of course, my dad's last name, Odom. And yes, I have a nickname. I'm called Beth. So you can either call me Elizabeth or Beth.
And then, when and where were you born?
I was born in Greenville, South Carolina, August 15th, 1956.
Wonderful. How did your family come to live there? Do you know?
Yeah, well, how they came to live in Greenville, I'm unsure. My dad's mother, because his father died when he was 63, so he wasn't born. I mean, he wasn't alive, I don't think, when my father moved to Greenville. And he got out of the service, married my mom, got out of the service, and I think he always had the one wandering bug like I sort of do. And he thought Greenville was far enough from his mom, who lived in Blackville. And so I wasn't born yet. He moved there, and my brother was born, and then the rest of us were born in Greenville.
And then, where were the other family members in? Were there other family members in the area? Were there other family members, and who
Well,
were they?
there were all of his brothers and sisters and his mom because nobody else moved from South Carolina and actually from Blackville area. So how far is Greenville from Blackville? I'm not sure, but I would imagine you could get there in a day. I know you could because it is South Carolina. But I'm not sure if they visited a lot. I don't know that part. But yeah.
So, what was the house, apartment, farm, etc. like?
It was a house, and if I remember correctly, my father built the house with help. And I'm not sure. I would imagine it was probably like a 3 or 4 room house, and it was on some land that he had a nursery on, and he supplied all the flowers to all the grocery stores and I guess probably funeral parlors and just anybody like customers, regular customers that wanted flowers.
Wow,
Yeah,
I had no idea. That's really cool.
yeah.
Um, were there any special items in the house that you remember?
No, I moved away when I was a year old.
And then, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Being at my grandmother's house for Christmas, in South Carolina, and we'd always go there every Christmas when we were living in Florida. Because from South Carolina we moved to Florida, to Orlando, Florida, and just the gatherings and stuff like this for the holidays, and then also in the summertime we would go to my grandmother's house, and there was my aunt Kate, my great aunt Kate, had a pond, and we'd all meet at the pond, all the families, all the uncles and the aunts and everybody, and go gigging for frogs and go swimming in the pool.
So, what do you mean by gigging for frogs?
Well, my dad and I guess his brothers and probably the older boys would just go out on the lake. If I only went out with them once, and I think I didn't like it because I don't like water, but I also it was pretty probably not very humane. I think they get flashlights and the frogs have, their eyes glow or whatever, and so they catch the frogs, I imagine, with a net of some sort. And then I think they sort of rip off their legs, the bullfrog's legs, and throw them back in the pond.
That's rough.
I know. I'm pretty sure that's what they did.